slump for weeks, maybe even like months. I've just been in a very big slump, and this week is gonna be my attempt of getting out of that. I got ready today, which is already quite a big deal. Haven't really been doing that. That's already a good start to the day. And I made the bed. This hasn't happened in a while. And also the sun is shining. I can't really forget about that fact because that is also quite an important influence on my days recently.
Like a bullfire, starting again until the end. Only when you're paying attention to them. And everyone was getting in.
I've been starting every single morning with a coffee first thing, and honestly, it's been really good. I know that they always say that you shouldn't drink coffee on an empty stomach and everything, but honestly, so far I haven't really had any issues with that. So the morning coffee has just been really becoming like a ritual and like an actual routine, and it's just a little moment of joy that I look forward to every morning. So we're definitely gonna keep that in. And I'm actually using coconut milk today because we actually ran out of regular milk, but I tried coffee with coconut milk the other day for the first time because we also ran out of regular milk, but it was actually surprisingly good. So we are definitely gonna keep this habit in for now. So I obviously started this video off saying that I was gonna get out of a slump, and now it's like 4 days later and I haven't filmed since. I have been feeling really stressed recently, and I'm kind of feeling like it's actually taking like a toll on my body because every time I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this, and then I feel overwhelmed and I'm like, okay, no, I can't. And there's just a lot going on and everything is just a lot. And I'm also in general like not that good at dealing with like changes and like stressful situations and everything. I just feel everything very extreme, and I get like extremely happy about things, but I also get extremely sad and like stressed about things, and honestly it's not a good thing. So we had an apartment viewing on Wednesday. I think I did film that, but after that I just need to set my mind to something to like actually like it. Like if I want something, I have to like actually set my mind to it, but that also makes it worse to deal with like setbacks and things like that, because I do get very excited, but if I don't get excited, I'm not gonna want it. So after the viewing, we were both quite really excited. So the next day we put out an offer, and for some reason we were honestly both quite hopeful, which is why it was just an enormous setback the next day when we didn't get the apartment. Even though the housing market's like really hard right now and we haven't even been to that many viewings, I like actually need to set my mind to an apartment to even make an offer, because I need to like actually be able to see myself live there and like already think about how I'm gonna make it my own place, because otherwise I won't even want to try and put down an offer, which is kind of annoying and kind of maybe a bad trait to have, but that's just how my mind works. So I need to like actually make plans for the apartment if we even want to put an offer down. So at this point, we actually see ourselves live there, and then you don't get it, which just makes me very sad. So when something like that happens, I usually get really focused on work anymore, and I get very stressed about things and sad, and then I also get stressed about other things that might not even have anything to do with it, but I just, my mind. Oh. And I'm also going on a trip next week, which also is something that always makes me stressed. I absolutely love traveling, and I love going on trips. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do, but before going on a trip, I'm just always like scared that I'm not prepared enough, or just everything like that. It just stresses me out. So yeah, usually I can handle all these things pretty well, but recently I've just been really emotional and just really tired and stressed, and just everything combined is not going very well. Because like I get stressed and then I'm not gonna do a workout, But because I don't work out, I will be even more stressed and feel even worse because I do want to do that. Yeah, I just really want to slowly get out of this slump again. And I feel like what's most important for me in order to do that is to just have like a few simple routines that I can actually stick to, like a solid morning routine, drinking enough water because I haven't even been drinking any water recently, trying to eat a bit healthier instead of just constantly snacking, and just working out and like going on walks and everything. I feel like after my half marathon I kind of just stopped doing anything, like even going on like a 10-minute walk. I haven't even been doing that, and I just really need to get that into my routines again because I just know that that's making me feel even worse. And yeah, just everything combined, I am just too stressed. So yeah, that's why I was just also not picking up the camera. But I do know that if I film, I will be a bit more motivated because I do really love filming. But when I get stressed, that's just one of the first things that I'm like, oh, never mind, let's just not film. But I felt like it'd be nice to also show this because obviously not everything is always going great. So yeah, anyways, there was something this week that was actually going great because I think I talked about this in my last video, that Shawn Mendes was going back on tour. And if you know like the least thing about me, you know that there's one artist that I would do absolutely anything for the best 10 years, which is Shawn Mendes. His ticket sales were actually horrendous, but I was already kind of figuring that it would be hard. But somehow I did manage to get all the tickets that I want, which is really exciting because I'm going to the Amsterdam show, London and Cologne. I'm so excited. We're definitely not gonna talk about how much money I spend on these because that is actually ridiculous. But I did get really good tickets that I'm really, really happy with and excited about. And in the end, I think it's totally worth it. So I'm very, very happy. But we got like the lower bowl somewhere in Cologne because I'm going with my boyfriend. And then in Amsterdam, I actually got a VIP ticket because I just panicked and I was like, I'm gonna get VIP. I don't even care how much it is. I just want like a proper ticket, or at least a ticket for Amsterdam, because that's obviously like the most important show for me. So I managed to get a VIP ticket, but then like 20 minutes later I suddenly got a platinum ticket for row 5, so I ended up getting both, and then I sold my VIP ticket, so that was settled. And then the London sale, it was actually crazy. I didn't get through at first, and then Job was helping me and he got through and he just selected like the best ticket, and then he was like, oh my god, I have front row in my basket. And I was like, sorry, what? And we looked at the price and we were like, wait, I don't think we can do that. Then we were like, it is front row. Like, how many times are you gonna even get the chance to get these tickets? And in the end, I always feel like if you have the money, because I did save up for this, obviously, and if you think it's worth it, why not like do it? So we did end up getting the front row tickets, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it now, but I'm just really excited. I'm really glad that I got all of the tickets that I want, and I'm very excited because it's literally already in 2 months. So now I need to finish my coffee and leave because I have a very busy day today, so we're gonna have to leave now. It is raining right now, which is not very ideal, but yeah, I wanted to catch you guys up a little bit because I felt bad for filming and then not filming for like 4 days, but I'm just gonna pick it up again today. We're gonna film tomorrow and then we'll see what we can make out of this video. But I just really have to get out of this slump and like actually get back into routine and everything, and that's exactly what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna take you guys along. I just spent a couple of hours working on my to-dos, and now I really want to try and make a matcha cold foam. I've never made this recipe, but I really want to try because a few weeks ago on my birthday we went to Amsterdam and we went to Yuzu, and they had this matcha cold foam, which was like coconut water and then this like whipped matcha cream on top, and it was honestly one of the best things we've ever had. So I really want to try and make one at home. I'm honestly just gonna wing this recipe. I'm using this glass from Within Mood, which is one of my favorite favorite glasses for iced drinks. Then we have some coconut water that I'm just gonna pour over some ice. For the matcha, I'm using the Yoisho matcha, which is one of my favorites. I generally don't know how to make this, but I think I'm just gonna put a bit of whipped cream, and then I saw a lot of people add a little bit of like milk because then it gets some more like liquidy substance. So I think I'll just add a little bit of coconut milk. I've actually never tried this coconut drink before, but the All-Pro coconut milk is always sold out recently, which is a huge problem. But I think I'm just gonna whip this up with some of the matcha and then we'll see, I guess. Okay, let's go try and make a matcha. Okay, I have the coconut water and I also have the whipped up matcha, but I feel like it might be a bit clumpy and like maybe it's too liquidy now. I'm not sure because I had absolutely no clue how to make this. So we're just gonna pour this over. Oh my god. I mean, this substance is exactly what we wanted. Okay, we should do a little taste test. Why am I nervous for this? I mean, it does actually taste quite similar to the one we had. I do feel like you can kind of taste the whipped cream, but then also that is kind of the point, I think. Honestly, really happy with this. It tastes quite similar to the one we had and very proud of this. I'm gonna definitely make this more often. And now I'm just gonna continue with my huge to-do list for today. I'm very bad at planning because I usually plan way too much on the first day, and then the next few days I'm a little bit less busy, but I always have to do things from the first day. Today is actually a national holiday here, and obviously Job has the day off work, but because I'm self-employed I don't have the day off work. But you know, I simply can't complain at all because I literally go on a trip this week, so I will have a few days off. But because of that I obviously have a lot to do right now, especially because I really want to be able to kind of let all of it go and like not think about work every hour. So I just want to get everything off my list before Thursday. But at least I made my matcha. I'm actually really happy that this tastes good because this morning I thought I would have enough coconut milk to make 2 coffees, but then I made one for Job and then I didn't have basically any coconut milk left. But I did find one of those like almond milk things that I once bought when I was like, oh my god, that's so healthy, I'm gonna get that, and then I never used it so far. I had one of those and I tried it and I just really hate almond milk in my coffee. I think I'm just never gonna like it, so this was also just really disgusting, to be honest. Like, I wasn't even able to finish my coffee because I disliked it so much. Job actually thought it wasn't that bad, so Job drank my coffee, but it was just not good. But Job went to the supermarket to get some whipped cream, and then we also got regular milk again for the coffee. And this is my reminder that I need to drink water because I said that I was gonna drink water again. I sometimes have like periods where I drink like 3 to 4 liters of water every single day, and I'm really good at it. And then weeks later, I just don't drink a single drop of water, and I just forget to drink water, which is not good. We're gonna get that back into my system. It is currently almost 8 p.m. I gotta do a few more work things, and technically I have a lot of editing to do, but it's not very realistic to have like a full night of editing at this point because it's already 8 p.m. and I do want to set an alarm at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, so I don't think that's gonna be very realistic, and especially because I haven't really been waking up early the past few weeks, that's gonna be hard. So I think I'm just gonna try and do a couple more things and then hopefully have a very productive day tomorrow, because at this point I'm still kind of on schedule, kind of behind schedule. Basically, I feel like I've been mentioning moving a lot in the past few videos, but I feel like I've never really properly talked about any of that. I have mentioned it here and there because I did these like yearly goals like for the past 2 years, and every time I would insert like moving to a new city, and then I'd be like, oh, this is a goal, but it's not an actual goal, because it was always like a dream, but we weren't working like actually towards it. And still, like this year, it was something that we both really wanted, but we weren't like actually taking steps toward any of that. And then a few weeks ago, we quite randomly, well, looking on an apartment website is not very random, but we just sometimes looked at like what there would be and just things like that, but we never actually take action upon anything. But Job looked at it and he sent it to me, and we were both like really excited because it was such a cozy apartment. But then we were like, why not book a viewing, because then you at least know like how those work and you just see like an apartment and maybe you'll get excited and everything. So we did end up going, and the apartment ended up being a bit too small, and also we just didn't want to like try and get the first apartment that you see because there's obviously so much more. But then we were like talking about it and we were like, if we just like do nothing now, then we're just gonna wait like 6 more months without doing anything towards any of this, because waiting isn't gonna get us any closer to our goal. And it honestly has been a dream of mine to move to a city, and then specifically Amsterdam, for literally a few years. And it does feel really good that we're like actually looking at making it happen now. That is all really exciting, but it's also very stressful for me, and it's just a lot. But yeah, it is nice that we're kind of doing something about it instead of always talking about how we might want it. And now we actually looked at apartments. But yeah, as I said, it's also very stressful for me. I can't really deal with like changes like this. Like, it feels very adulting. And other than that, I've just been stressing a lot over work and just what direction I want to go in, because I absolutely love being self-employed. Like, it makes me so happy, but it's also obviously very chaotic, and I just truly don't really know like what I like to do and what I'm good at. So I'm still just really unsure like what I want to do, and everything keeps changing and I just don't know. Like, I generally don't know what I want, and that kind of makes it a bit hard to decide what you're gonna do. So at this point, I'm just trying a lot of different things to see what I like actually like and what I don't like, and I'm just trying to get more experience and everything. But it's just really hard if you don't know what you want to do, and that makes me stressed. But maybe if you watch this video, you might think that I'm always stressed, which kind of is true actually. I'm quite a stressed person actually, but also kind of a perfectionist. So I don't know, sometimes I do feel like those go quite like hand in hand with each other. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna film anything else tonight. I feel like this vlog might have ended up being a bit more on the chatty side, but I just had a lot to talk about in this vlog. So yeah, I hope you guys still enjoyed it, but I'm just gonna eat my snack, hopefully get a bit more editing done tonight, and hopefully have a very productive work day tomorrow. And then we're gonna get ready to go to France, and then hopefully after my trip to France we will actually get back into routines.